Hi everyone, it's Kate Kaltoff. I had a false start, so I'm gonna see if I'm back on or if I was ever on to begin with, just making sure that I come up. Oh, finally, hooray, I'm live. Welcome to my Facebook Live. We are going to do a Make It Monday. So I've never done a Make It Monday before, so this is gonna be fun and new. And the card we're going to create is this gorgeous thing. And it says, to think of you is to smile. And that's how I feel about all of my customers, all of my downline members. So I have lots of smiles in my life. So let me just make sure that we're actually on. Oh yes, we are. Yay! So if you're on, be sure to, give me a mention. Make sure that you type in where you're from, because I'm going to do a little giveaway at the end. In fact, what I'm going to do is, see this gorgeous card that we're making? I'm going to do a little giveaway. You could win one of these cards. I'm going to make a couple of cards and I'm going to give away 2 of them. So we're going to have 2 giveaways. And I'm also going to give away, a half pack of the Eastern Gold vinyl stickers. So a half pack to the 2 people who win. So I'll divide my pack up. So I'm really excited about today. It's fun to be here. Thank you again for joining me. Hello to Bonnie and Sandy. It's so great to have you here. And I have to tell you that this whole Eastern Palace thing has been around since, I think it was May 1st of 2017, and it's been one of my favorite. I've used this Eastern Palace Designer Series paper various times throughout the year, even for Christmas cards. I just love it. And I also have used the stamp set quite a bit. As a matter of fact, my daughter is getting married this summer, and we used the one of the Eastern medallions that you can get if you purchase the bundle to cut out her sentiment on her bridal shower cards. And so I'll give you a peek at the bridal shower card as well. So that's going to be kind of fun. So I think what I'm going to do is turn this camera down, and then we can go ahead and get started recreating this card, and I can show you some more things. So anyway, it's great to have you here. I see some of my downliner joining me. Hooray! Hi Janine, hi Penny. It's good to have you here. Oh, and Cindy from Spicer, Minnesota. Great to have you here too. So let me go ahead and flip that camera, and then we will get started creating this card. It's a really, really pretty card. So hold on. There we go. So here again is the bundle that I was telling you about. It's called the Eastern Beauty Bundle, and you can get it for 10% off through the end of May. And that they guarantee the stamp set, and well, actually they guarantee this whole works because this will be carrying over into the new catalog. However, you can only get it as a bundle during this catalog period. So you have to order it by May 31st if you want to save 10%. So here is something I love. Now let me show you the bridal shower card my daughter and I created. And it is this one. So those of you that are in my downline or my customers who attended Spring Fling, you will recognize it. And when I was creating it for Spring Fling, my daughter Kari, who's the one getting married, was so excited when she saw it because everything on her wedding is themed with these kind of gorgeous flowers that are sort of going to be hung from the ceilings and hung from various arbors and things like that during her wedding day. And so she just loved it when she saw this. And you might be wondering where this is from. It was a celebration set called Lots of Lavender. And we just stamped it and hung it upside down. Now I do have a video showing how to make this card. Not this specific one, but basically the same design. And then the only thing we did was change it up for the wedding or the shower invites was by taking an old retired stamp set called Girls Night Out. And my neighbor still had it, and so I borrowed it from her, and it says it's a bridal shower, which of course worked perfectly. And then we used one of these fancy Eastern medallion Thinlits to cut that out. It just looks so pretty. So anyway, that is something that, I don't know, we're just so excited. We're so excited to have one of our girls get married. It's really a fun time at the Kaltoff house. All right, so let me move some of this aside. Again, here's this paper that we're working with. And as I mentioned before, I'll be doing a random giveaway with the Eastern Gold vinyl stickers. We're going to divide up this pack. And so let's go ahead and look at the card. You need to see a nice close-up of it. So this is what it looks like. This is what we're going to be recreating. And it is using the faux black stainless steel method. And so you can see how gorgeous that is. Let me show you what this looks like normally. Normally it looks like this, which is also quite pretty, gold and white together. But I just think it is so striking when it's black. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it black. So what do we need to have in place to do that? Well, first of all, you're going to need some scrap paper. And then I like to keep some of these, I don't know, they're little rubber gloves. And I just bought a whole huge pack and I use them. It's a one size fits most. And they are non-latex rubber gloves. Well, they're not rubber, but they don't have the latex in them, which I guess a lot of people are allergic to. And I just picked them up at Walgreens. And so we're going to put one of these gloves on because this can get a little messy. So lots of fun here. So let me put this on. And then we're going to get down and get inky. So this is the paper that I have prepared. It's 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And to do this technique, we're going to need the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I did re-ink it right before I went on because I want to make sure that this is really good and inky for this particular technique. So we're going to take the cover off and then we're just going to put it on very heavily all over. So you can see I'm kind of doing a little twist. And I'm not in a hurry. I want to make sure that that ink soaks in really, really well. So I'm just twisting it onto this piece of paper. And this is why you need the rubber glove, because you have to kind of hold on to it to get to all of your various pieces, to all of the various sections. All right, so that looks good. Now, the next step is to grab your Kleenexes. We're just going to take a couple, and we are going to just rub this off. Now, Janine asks, can you use a sponge brayer to do this? You could, but it would take forever because you would have to go over it and over it and over it. Going direct to the paper with your ink pad is much faster. So that's what I'm doing. All right, and that looks good. Now, I don't really want to use this quite yet. I want to give it a chance to dry, so I'm going to set this aside, and I have another one prepared. So hold on here. Okay, so bringing this back into the picture, I have one that I had prepared in advance, and so the very next step is to take that prepared piece that we have, and we're going to put it onto a piece of gold foil. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. And so let me go ahead and do that. So I'm going to take my snail adhesive, and I want this on pretty good because we're going to be cutting a hole through it, and I don't want it to be popping up in weird places. So I'm putting quite a bit of adhesive, as you can see, kind of a little window shape here. So now I'm just going to hold it by the corners, and then I'm just going to set it in just like so. And the reason I hold it by the corners is what I'm doing is I'm looking at this corner and this corner. And if those two corners are nice and even, then I know everything is even. Then flip it over and burnish it from the back. All right, so that is done. Now we're going to go ahead and run this through the Big Shot machine. And the circles that we're using are our layering circles. So we have 8 scallops and we have 8 straights. And of course I have a couple out and another one out. So let me show you how we did that on the Big Shot machine. And I actually have 2 sets of layering circles. So I will show you exactly what I did here. So first of all, before you run it through the Big Shot machine, this is your sandwich setup. It's the magnetic platform. Then you have your cut plate. You put down your papers, and then you put your second cut plate over the top. So let me show you what we did here. We took the 6th largest straight circles. So if you start from the littlest circle and count towards the biggest circle, count all the way back and forth until you get to the 6th largest circle. And that's what you're going to put right here onto this piece of, onto your prepared panel that we did in advance. And then that comes out and you have something that looks like this. And then this, you could actually use this in another project. So don't throw that away, just use it for something else. And then we took a 3-inch square of our gold glimmer paper. And I know I had a lot of customers that were absolutely in a panic when they saw the retiring list and saw that gold glimmer. In fact, all of our glimmer was discontinuing. It's not actually discontinuing. It's going to be around. It'll just be different. It's going to be a little thinner, so it will work better in our Big Shot machine. So this is what I did. I took the 6th largest and the 7th largest of our straight edge circles, and I just put them together. They fit nice and snug, perfectly snug. And then you can just take these off, and then you just pull your circles away here, and you have this cute little ring. And the ring is what we're after, but of course you can use this for something else down the road. So I'm going to set that aside for a different project. And then these little corner pieces, we're going to actually take a 1/2-inch circle punch, and we're going to punch out some little glimmery circles that we're actually going to put onto our card. All right, so let me set this aside. And we're ready to start assembling our cards. So let me bring in the card base here, which is basic black. I've cut it at 5.5 by 8.5 and then scored it at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and we'll just fold this in half. Give it a little press. And we're ready to go ahead and do the inside panel. So the inside panel is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. And I already did this. I took a 1/2-inch strip of our gold foil, and it's cut at a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. And then I just went ahead and snailed it on the left-hand side. And so we can go ahead and put that on the inside panel. So let's go ahead and do that. Just make sure your edges are all, or your border edges are all nice and even. All right, so now let's see, what is the next thing we can do here? I know we have a little stamping to do. So I'm going to bring my stamping mat into the picture because this is a photopolymer stamp set. So we're going to use our mat, and we're going to grab this. And this is just a scrap of Very Vanilla. And so we're going to take our Tuxedo Black Memento ink. We'll just ink this up and put it right here. And just don't be in such a hurry to take it away. I think that's one thing that I see crafters doing quite a bit, is they're so quick to put it on there and take it away. Give the ink a little bit of time to soak into the paper. It will really help you and give you some really nice images. Now we're going to take the 2-inch circle punch and flip that upside down, and we're just going to punch this out. Perfect. All right, and then we have a scrap of our gold foil paper, and we're going to take another punch, and this is our, oh no, now I won't be able to remember the name, but it's like a starburst punch. In fact, it might even be called starburst. And we'll just flip that over. We are going to punch out a layer for our sentiment. So we can go ahead and do this. We'll just put this sentiment right onto this gold foil starburst. And so I just used a little snail on it, and then I'm going to have to stand up here to make sure all those edges are pretty even. There, that looks great. Okay, so now we're ready to go ahead and we'll grab our card base again, put that into the picture here. We're going to take our panel that we've prepared, and we're going to just go ahead and put some snail on it. I think if we can get the snail to work here. And you could also use multi-purpose liquid glue. There we go. Oops, I have a little bit of snail that got on the top, but I fixed it. All right, so here we go. So remember to make a comment or to share this as we're going along here, because we'll do a drawing at the end, and it's based on commenting or sharing. And so it's great to have you here. So thank you for all those likes and hearts. I truly appreciate it. So what we did is we just put this down, and now the next thing that we're going to do is find that little ring here. And here it is, and I'm just gonna have to use a little bit of glue for this because I think that will be the thing that works the best. So let me go grab the glue. Sorry, I thought I had everything, but of course I was remiss and did not. So let me flip this over, and I'm just gonna take the glue, and we're just gonna add the tiniest little bits all the way around. And I feel like I'm getting too much on here, probably because I'm a little nervous. So let me grab a Kleenex, which should be handy. And we're just gonna take a little bit of that excess glue off because we don't need very much. The glue is so strong. All right, so now we can put this onto our card. And once we have it on there, we'll just wiggle it just the littlest bit to get it into place. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I tell you what, it is so much fun to make a card like this. Anytime you can use foil or sparkles, you really need to do it because it's a great mood lifter. Okay, now we're gonna take these two little glittery half-inch circles, and again, I'm gonna add just the tiniest bit of glue. How was it I thought I could get away making a card without glue? That's literally impossible for me. I use it all the time. So now I'm gonna just put these down here on the right. So there's one, and then I'm picking up the other one here. Try it again. There we go, and here's the other one. In place and beautiful. Okay, now we just have to do this last little detail, which is right here. We're gonna flip that over, and I'll add some dimensionals. So 3 dimensionals, and we're gonna flip this over, and we're gonna put it right here onto our card. Just make sure that's nice and centered. Oops, I have to stand up because I really can't see what I'm doing. I think I got that nicely centered. There we go. So we want to make sure this is beautiful because I'll be sending this out as a prize for whoever wins. And then I have such very few left. I'm down to just like maybe 10. Remember those silver and gold enamel shapes from Stampin' Up? Well, I've been using the gold ones like crazy ever since they've come out. I have quite a few silvers left, but my gold is down to almost nothing. But I love them, and I'm kind of sad they are not carrying over into the new catalog. So I'm just gonna have to stock up, maybe get another order in before they're completely gone. So I'm just gonna set these on here. And the reason I just love them, I mean, one of the reasons, there's many reasons that I love them, but one of the reasons I just love them is they're not pokey, you know what I mean? They're not gonna, of course they're not working the way I want them to, but I'll slide this into place and then I'll press down. But what I'm trying to say is they're not like the, what are they, the little rhinestone shapes where you have to be so careful when you put them in the mail. You know, you want to protect them because they can kind of poke through your envelopes. These are of a nice flat surface to the top, so they don't poke through when you're putting things in the mail, and so I just love that about them. So I will miss them terribly, but we've got lots of good and new embellishments coming, so don't worry. I'm sure I'll find something that I just love going down the road here. So this is the card. It's complete. So here is the one I've just completed, and here is the one that I did in advance. So let's go ahead and bring up my Woo box and see who our winners are, because I'm going to mail out these cards to you along with a couple of sticker sheets. So let me bring the iPad into the picture. And our first winner is Lynn Newton. So Lynn, I'll be sending you, and actually Lynn is one of my customers, so I'll be sending you your prize. I already know your address. So now let me do another winner. And we have Belinda Becerra. So I will be getting in touch with you. Actually, if you could just write on my Facebook page, get in touch with me and give me your address. There's a way to message me right on Facebook. So that would be awesome. So I'll be sending you a card too. So again, thank you so much everyone for joining me. I truly appreciate you. So have a great day everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.